Test, test, test. Hello guys, it's Francis Undead. Welcome to my channel. I do apologize for being a couple of days missing in action, aka MIA. And tonight, I would like to present and share a couple more ideas. A couple more ideas and questions I encountered while I was reading Rich Dad and Poor Dad book series, and I would like to figure out a couple of questions which nowadays entrepreneurs tend to encounter quite often, and I believe it will help us greatly if we can know exactly how to do it and what to do based on the answers to these questions. So first of all, yes, how do you define, how do you actually define the terminology a large corporation or large business entity or a large company? Do we actually measure the company's revenue with numbers, or we just look at how many employees and how much turnover the entity usually makes over a regular time interval, such as over a month, a quarter of a year, half a year, and throughout an entire year? How do we measure and define a large business entity or a large corporation? Well, in fact, there is still something you don't know and I don't know quite well, which is, what are those unincorporated entities exactly? Because every time I make a search query on the ISIC website, also known as Australian Securities and Investments Commission, their website, they will generally, not generally, but they almost always categorize Australian and foreign business entities into this: a company, a partnership, a sole trader, a trust and a trustee, and a limited company, and public company, private or proprietary limited company. And after that, they also categorize many entities as unincorporated entities. So what are those? What are they usually doing in order to make a profit or in order to make a positive cash flow? That's what makes me wonder and want to know what's happening behind the scenes. So go and ponder that question. I suppose, I highly suspect it will help progress our development, our achievement, and our career in conducting, committing entrepreneurship. That I suspect plays a very crucial part in achieving so. And I have to agree to the concept that Uncle Rich Dad proposed, which is whatever business you want to create one fairly large. Goes to the business entities that has fairly large size, so that it adds a failsafe. It adds a failsafe. Not only it does add a failsafe to your journey into a lifetime of entrepreneur, it also, helps you think. It also helps you think big. Helps you think big critically, and trims you up into a finer condition to analyze and calculate, be more cunning when it comes to managing people power, HR affairs, and resolving disputes and conflicts between people, say, and a dispute or a conflict between two employees, two parties, two business entities, or an employee who works at customer service. The dispute between that employee and the customer, and the dispute and the conflict between the company or the business entity itself and the customer, or many customers, or the third party. Lots of stuff to consider. But yeah, I'm almost 100% sure that almost every successful entrepreneur knows how to deal with information overload and the paradox of choices. And it has to be characterized by somehow simplifying the workflow, simplifying the internal process of auditing, of evaluating, and assessing an employee's on the job performance. That's what I think. Well, that's merely my speculations at this point, so do feel free to post your critics, your comments, your skepticism over below this video clip. And don't be afraid, and don't hesitate to try to replicate the models, the methods, the systems of other business entities around you, because essentially they are making the same money. The money they make is always the same. It has no, it doesn't differ from one another, since they are all money. It's just, they are just different currencies under different regimes, different governing regimes, aka different governments, different countries, different currencies, but the money itself, the value inside, remains the same. No matter what type of business entity it chooses to be, or what no matter what. Sorry, no matter what in industry it lies in, they just have to make the same money. There has to be a universal principle that governs or that determines whether the business, succeeds in managing and manipulating their own people and their customers. So yeah, ponder what I said and ponder about what I said to you, and feel free to send me a message. And thank you again sincerely for watching and listening. I shall see you next, and have a great day. Cheers.